Hey, what's going on, guys? Rugged Eagle here today, and today we're going to be discussing how will the Death Star work in the upcoming LEGO Stars The SkyWalker Saga. Now, yesterday I made a video discussing the Star Destroyers, so I thought it'd be a perfect fit to move on to the Death Star. If you are new around here, do feel free to consider to subscribe. I do daily LEGO Star Wars content, and without further ado, guys, let's just dive straight into this. So guys, as many of you guys will know, there's not been that much information on LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. Now, the last thing we actually got was the box art or the game art for the actual game. Now, the LEGO's Death Star was last mentioned at E3 in 2019, and it was only mentioned shortly in the actual interview. And I'll just play that interview right now for you guys.
It is purchasable in the game as a ship that you can have, but then you can also fly inside of it and run around the deck and run around the hangar, and that's the same for the Death Star. It's the same for a lot of the big ships.
So, as you heard, the Death Star will be very similar to the Star Destroyers. Now, they mentioned the scale here, and in yesterday's video, they said that the Star Destroyers will be the size of an American football field if it was an actual real-life LEGO set. Could you guys just imagine that? So, you guys can get an actual picture on how big this Death Star will be, because obviously the Death Star is bigger than a Star Destroyer, and you can just see how much time they are putting into this game. So they will be a hell of a lot to look forward to, and the Death Star will be working amazing. It will work very similar to the Star Destroyer, and we're going to dive into these features right now. Well then, guys, let's begin with the obvious thing. Now, the Death Star is an actual purchasable vehicle, and I believe it is drivable. Now, I just can't picture driving a big ball around space. I just can't picture that. So I thought with the Death Star, like I mentioned yesterday with the Star Destroyers, it will probably be a mobile hub. So when you go to like a platform on a planet, it will say build the Death Star after you purchase it, and it will build it in the proximity of that planet. So say like the planet you're on is Coruscant, and you want to build it there, it will build it in Coruscant's atmosphere, and it will just be there hovering. Now, I reckon you can teleport up to the Death Star, and it will work as a hub like I mentioned. So in that hub, you can obviously explore the hangar, as they mentioned in the interview, and obviously you can pull out any ship from there. That's what I mean by a hub, so it's just everything you can do there, and I reckon it'd be super cool. And maybe you can hyper jump to other planets from there, I don't know. And that is pretty much all I could think of, really, because I just can't picture driving a big ball around space, as I mentioned earlier. I just can't picture it, and that's what I think the Death Star will do. Now, obviously, it'll probably be quite an expensive vehicle to purchase, and you might only get it when you complete, say, Episode 6 or Episode 4. And I'm really interested to see, will they add both Death Stars? Will they add Death Star 1 and Death Star 2? I don't know, and imagine if you could change the colour as well. That'd be super cool if you could customise it, having like a big pink Death Star. That'd be amazing. So that's all I could really think of for the Death Star. If you guys have any ideas, let me know, and I've come up with some other things as well, so let's just get into them. So guys, here are the ideas I came up with, which possibly could make it into the game. We'll have to see. So obviously the first idea is to be able to shoot the Death Star laser. So this will be very similar to Episode 4, The New Hope, when Grand Moff Tarkin and Darth Vader blow up Alderaan, Princess Leia's home planet. Now, I don't reckon you should be able to do this to the actual planets in the game, because I think there's 24 confirmed so far. So you can't just like go and blow up Coruscant. But there should be like little planets that have no name, just dotted around like little Lego built planets, and you should just be able to shoot them for fun, and say like when you shoot them you get studs out of them. That'd be super cool, and they could reward you with gold bricks or something like that, and it can be used collectible wise as well, and I think that'd be super fun just to shoot your Death Star. And someone mentioned in my Discord as well, which I found kind of funny, was that you should be able to get two Death Stars out as both your friends and shoot each other, have like a Death Star duel. That'd be amazing. But yeah, that's one of the ideas I came up with for the Death Star. So guys, for my final idea, it will be very similar to what I mentioned in yesterday's Star Destroyer. Now, obviously in the interview, they mentioned that dynamic events can happen. So you'll be flying around, say in your X-Wing, and all of a sudden a big Star Destroyer comes out, and you have to take down the TIE Fighters, take down the shield, and then eventually the Star Destroyer. And this is an actual confirmed feature. So that had me thinking they could be doing something like this with the Death Star. So say like you're flying all the way to Dagobah or something just to explore. You could see in the corner a big Death Star, and it will be the option to take it down. So when you see it, you can obviously fly over to it, do a little trench run like they do in the actual missions, like episode 4 and 6. Do a trench run, fly through, and obviously destroy the generator, and then fly out of it, and that'd be super cool. And maybe you could do it like they said with the Star Destroyers, and manually enter it and destroy it from the inside, a bit like what Obi-Wan Kenobi does. I know he doesn't destroy it, but he sneaks onto it and does something with the generator. So you could do something like that, and maybe there could be some fun stuff, like you might have to rescue someone and then you get them as a character. That'd be super cool, like when they rescue Princess Leia. So that's just all the ideas that I thought of, and obviously when you destroy the Death Star, you have to fly out of it, and if you're not quick enough, you'll die and lose all your studs that you collected in the little event. That'd be super cool, and it'd be good fun as well, because say like you completed the mission and you're flying around with your mates, and you just run into the Death Star. Oh, imagine if you ran into the Death Star and the Star Destroyers at the same time. That'd be amazing, and I'm really excited if they do something like that. Obviously it's not confirmed, but it is confirmed for the Star Destroyers, so that just had me thinking they could do something similar with the Death Star. And that's about all I have for the Death Star as of far. So guys, I did hope you go to enjoy this video, and I hope you found it useful. I know there's not that much news, but I'm trying to make daily content for LEGO Star Wars, so if you are new around here, do subscribe. I do make daily LEGO Star Wars content, and if you did go to enjoy, please smash that like button. And if you haven't already joined my Discord, there will be a link in the description. We do Star Wars quizzes every day after I just upload my video, an hour after. So if you're into that stuff, make sure you join the Discord. And yeah guys, I'll see you in another video. Peace out.